Have you ever done something new or scary or out of your comfort zone and felt your heart flutter and your body shake? These are feelings of normal anxiety that everyone has and will experience at some point in their lives. When those feelings become excessive and are affecting everyday situations, however, that's when it becomes an anxiety disorder. I myself struggle with generalized anxiety disorder, so I wanted to not only educate myself more but others on the topic as well. According to Mayo Clinic, anxiety is very normal in stressful situations such as work, taking a big test, or public speaking. When those feelings become excessive, all-consuming, and interfere with daily living, however, that's when it becomes an anxiety disorder. Anxiety is the most common mental illness in the United States, affecting 40 million U.S. adults ages 18 and older. Although it is very treatable, only 36.9% of those who are struggling with anxiety receive treatment for it, usually based on personal choice. There's a lot of stigma behind anxiety medications and anxiety treatment, and it is a well-known fact that anxiety medications make you not yourself and make you not feel good anymore. So usually the lack of treatment is a personal choice. 33.7% of Americans will have an anxiety disorder at some point in their lives. This means that you or somebody you know will have anxiety at some point, even if it's just for a brief time. Normal anxiety has a whole laundry list of causes that are usually pretty easy to pinpoint and take away along with the anxiety. Some of those causes are blood sugar, caffeine sensitivity, sleep deprivation, constant stressful situations, hormonal imbalances and thyroid problems, gut dysfunction, chronic inflammation, food sensitivities, and micronutrient deficiencies. Your body is usually pretty good at telling you that something is wrong, and you will feel those feelings of anxiety as like a hint that something is going on. And you can usually go to the doctor, find the cause, take it away, and take the anxiety along the way with it. Another example would be somebody who drank caffeine every day and was feeling very, very anxious. If they stop drinking caffeine, the anxiety stops along with it. With generalized anxiety disorder, however, it is not really that simple, because with generalized anxiety, you take normal everyday situations that you used to be able to do no problem, and then they become anxious and you feel like you can't do them anymore. For me, I drive to work and I make the same drive every day. Out of nowhere, sometimes I'll feel very anxious on my way to work, and I can't pinpoint why, and I can't stop it. I still go to work, although I feel like turning around and going in my bed crying, but it's just an example of how it affects people who have it. A generalized anxiety disorder is characterized by chronic, excessive, and uncontrollable worry about a variety of topics. The worry causes distress and functional impairment and is associated with restlessness, fatigue, excessive anxiety and worry, increased muscle aches or soreness, impaired concentration, irritability, and difficulty sleeping. Despite what a lot of people believe, anxiety isn't only in your head. It actually affects the entire body, and it can be brutal, and it sucks. Anxiety affects our cognitive brain, where we feel emotion. Anxiety is felt when signals from the cognitive brain are overwhelmed from the emotional brain and overpowered pretty much. This would explain the feelings of irritability, lack of concentration, and restlessness. Our brain is literally overloaded. A study tested the brain's reaction to different anxiety-causing factors and found that patients with generalized anxiety disorder had trouble engaging the prefrontal cortex, which is this part of your brain, which specializes in focusing attention. They also found that generalized anxiety disorder patients had trouble engaging the anterior cingulate cortex, which regulates emotion, empathy, and decision-making. To put it more simply, the study found that people with anxiety disorder had trouble focusing their emotion, their attention, empathy, and all that when an anxiety factor was given. This shows that there's an overload in the brain and your brain doesn't know what to do, and you start feeling these feelings of anxiousness, which also explains why it takes such a hard toll on your body. So to sum everything up, basically, anxiety is a lot more than just feeling anxious sometimes. It is perfectly normal to feel anxious sometimes, and everybody does and will. But an anxiety disorder is more than just a worry in your head or feeling worried about something coming up. Anxiety disorder is feeling constantly anxious, being fatigued from it, feeling tired, which is fatigued, lack of concentration. Basically, it just takes a toll on your entire body. I hope that from my speech you learn more about the differences between anxiety and generalized anxiety disorder. I hope that maybe you learned some of the symptoms, and maybe now you know if you have it and know that you're not alone, and know that someone is always there who is feeling it with you, considering that 40 million US adults have it too. It's not just you. And if you choose to get treatment, great. If you choose not to, great. We're all in this together. We'll all get through it together. But I hope that maybe from this information too, you can help somebody who has anxiety or know to pinpoint it when there's somebody in your family with anxiety. Thank you.